hydroxymitragynine, and/or any synthetic, semi-synthetic, concentrated, or chemically modified derivatives, therefore of human consumption or ingestion to minors, prohibiting the possession of kratom and its active related alkaloid, including but not limited to mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, and/or any synthetic, semi-synthetic, concentrated, or chemically modified derivatives thereof for human consumption or ingestion by minors, and providing for enforcement of these provisions, including penalties for violations.
You've heard reading by title of item 6A. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I move that item 6A pass reading by title.
Second.
On the question?
On the question, my feelings haven't changed on these pieces of legislation since last week. I still believe that it would be irresponsible of us to pass these ordinances as they are. I appreciate the effort in developing legislation to address kratom being sold in Scranton, but I do believe that the ordinances need more consideration and more work on them than perhaps anticipated. And we did receive a list of questions today from the administration to council and to those who drafted the legislation. And I do feel the questions that they included were valid and warranted. And I will once again tonight make a motion to table 6A and 6B. I'll separate those motions, but I believe that this shouldn't be rushed, and it is important to me that we have a well thought out plan on enforcing and implementing these ordinances. So with that, I'll make a motion to table item 6A, which we're currently addressing.
There's a motion to table 6A. Do I have a second? We do not have a second. Anyone else on the question?
Yeah, on the question, I'll just speak to both of them now. I think at its core right now, this comes down to a simple question, and that question is, what is the role of local government when faced with an unregulated evolving substance with real-life public health concerns? Many have suggested that instead of a ban, we should regulate. In theory, that sounds reasonable. In practice, for the city of Scranton, it is not. We are a city government, not a federal agency, not a state regulatory body. We do not have the infrastructure to monitor supply chains or to enforce manufacturing standards across an international market. So when people say just regulate, my question is how? What mechanism do we have at our disposal to ensure that what is being sold in our city is safe? The answer is none. There is no regulation on any of kratom, 7-OH, anything that is coming in to our country and to our area to understand and know what exactly it is you're getting. There's national trade groups that try to put into place best practices on manufacturing. The issue is it's not a third party that is deciding this. It's that same trade group that is coming in and telling you, yeah, you're good. You're now part of our good manufacturing program. Generally, you're now part of it. And you know, I've actually doing some more research, have seen that there are some companies that are part of this trade group and advocacy group at the national level that have been flagged by the FDA for selling more concentrated forms of kratom and more concentrated 7-OH. But since some of these companies are part of that national trade group, instead of allowing the FDA to go through with doing what they have to do on some of these more concentrated forms, the national trade group comes back and takes shots at the FDA and says, you've got this one wrong, just because they're a part of their trade group. It's not actually making sure that the consumer is safe. It's making sure that the entities that are part of their group are the ones that are safe. And you know, after years and years of inaction at the state and federal level, waiting for a comprehensive framework that may never come is not responsible governance. And you know, I understand that the administration has many questions. We received them today, and it's my understanding that we will have a meeting on them at later this week. Hopefully that meeting will happen. I just have to say, you know, I went back and I watched last week, and one of my fellow members said that this was just a statement. It was not enforceable, but rather just a political statement piece. And I find it baffling to say that simply because a piece of legislation was formulated and introduced by the legislative body of this city and not in coordination with the administration, which is well within our powers to do, that what? The administration will turn around and say, we're not going to enforce that because you started it? I believe that every individual that came here last week and is here again tonight, everyone agrees there should be a ban on any pure leaf, natural leaf, 7-OH synthesized products, all of it for minors. Everyone unanimously agrees on that. But what did my colleague do? She voted no on even introducing a ban on the sale to minors. And I'm the one that's being accused of making a statement piece? Come on, let's get real here. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Just so you know, the questions, we did get a list of questions. Myself and Mr. Gilbride met with the administration yesterday. We went over several of those questions, and we are going to get a meeting coming up. I do believe, in general, this is a proactive measure by council to prevent some of the nightmares we saw with bath salts and the opioid epidemic. And in my work with school-age children, I'm seeing it start to permeate into the schools. Many parties have come together, and we're going to come together again to poke holes in this, to take a look at some of the blind spots, and try to get this thing right as we move forward. All those in favor of introduction? Sorry. All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed?
No.
The ayes have it, and so moved.
6B, reading by title, file to council number 13, 2026, an ordinance regulating the sale and/or distribution of kratom and its active related alkaloid, included but not limited to mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, and any synthetic, semi-synthetic, concentrated, or chemically modified derivatives thereof for human consumption or ingestion, prohibiting the possession of kratom and its active related alkaloid, included but not limited to mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, and any synthetic, semi-synthetic, concentrated, or chemically modified derivatives thereof for human consumption or ingestion, and prohibiting the manufacture and production of kratom and its active related alkaloid, included but not limited to mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, and/or any synthetic, semi-synthetic, concentrated, or chemically modified derivatives thereof for human consumption or ingestion.
Thank you. You've heard reading by title of item 6B. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I move that item 6B pass reading by title.
Second.
On the question?
On the question, I have just a few things to add, and just in response. So there were some discussions about the practicality of it, and that I think it was said that regulating it wouldn't be practical for us, but I also don't think a total ban is practical either, at least once again, my issue being with the way that the pieces are written and some of the things that are excluded from the legislation. I believe that there could be more to include that makes it, that clarifies the legislation and also the enforcement of it. So I don't think the administration ever said, or the mayor has ever said that they plan not to enforce it because it's something coming from council or because they weren't included in it. I think their questions are pointed to as to how they can move forward with enforcing it. They want to make sure that it's enforceable, is the sense that I have gotten, and that's where I'm coming from as well. So I want to make sure that whatever we pass here, that it's able to be enacted and that we have that figured out in advance of it. So that was why I had motioned to table the last piece, and I would still like to make a motion to table 6B tonight, because although a meeting is set for, I guess, Thursday, I don't know who between, but because there's a meeting set, I don't know that's enough time before a final vote and passage next Tuesday to be able to fix what we need to here, or work whatever needs to be worked out with the administration. So that's where I'm coming from, and once again going to move to table item 6B.
We have a motion to table item 6B. Do we have a second? Hearing no second. Anyone else on the question?
On the question, I look forward to meeting with the administration, meeting with applicable parties and individuals on this later this week. If it comes up that there's some real issues with anything within this ordinance and that we need more time to look at it, I am absolutely open to that. But once again, I look forward to meeting with the administration on this later this week.
Thank you. At this point in time, myself and Mr. Gilbride have reached out several times to the mayor and the administration about getting a meeting last week, moving into this week. So we've lost the week at this point in time. Hopefully, we do get a meeting by the end of this week, if not prior to Tuesday. I just hope that we move quickly in getting this meeting.
On the question, unfortunately, like everybody stated, we cannot regulate it. There's no way for us to do that. So the only way to control it is to ban it right now. I think it's going to be a decision you're going to see after we make this. Other municipalities start doing the same, and hopefully the state will step in and start saying something about it. My understanding was in the meeting yesterday, the mayor also made a comment about it being political, which is shocking to me. And I'm interested to see what the spin with the Scranton Times is going to do. I mean, them trying to say that our press conference was possibly violating sunshine was crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's sad that we're trying to put proactive legislation out there, and these are the type of things we're getting back from the media or from the administration. So very disheartening. Maybe the media should be more, or the Times should be more focused on the mayor having press conferences during city hall hours outside the city for her Congress race, and not press conferences that we are doing to make it a better city and protect our minors and help people in general. So thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
The ayes have it and so moved.
Seventh order, 7A, for consideration by the Committee on Rules for adoption, filed at Council Number 40, 2026, authorizing the mayor and other appropriate city officials to execute and enter into a contract with Seoul Institute, Inc. to perform water safety and
This is
swim
crazy.
instruction partnership.
It's done.
Thank you. As
like,
chairperson for the
I
Committee
don't
on
know.
Rules, I
They
recommend final
obviously
passage of item
had their
7A.
mind made up already.
Yeah, they told there was something behind the scenes that was pushing
what's that
Councilman
news
Flynn to do this.
Did you see the news? Did you read the news story?
No, I read one that I was telling you about earlier, but I didn't read another one. Let me go look.
There had to be something crazy going on behind the scenes.
Man,
Like, I'm just like, what?
it's like Councilman Flynn does not want to admit that he was in the wrong of doing this. And not only did he do it the way he did it, by them, like those other two council people on the end had no idea that there was even a press conference going on.
Right. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I think what happened was Flynn thought he could go in because he's had a hard on to get rid of Kratom since he got in office. The way he talked on that podcast when I was listening.
Oh,
to
yeah,
him.
I didn't listen to that.
Yeah. So, like, he's been wanting, like, it almost feels like as soon as he got in office, he's like, I'm taking it down type of thing. And so he probably went about it the wrong way, thinking he could just cut everybody off and,
It's behind a paywall.
Riverside City.
Riverside City. Yeah.
Yeah, Riverside City.
Go to that hearing.
Yeah, go to that hearing, dude. We need some locals up there.
Get out of your comfort zone, man.
You can do it.
Heck yeah. It's behind a paywall, so I'm gonna look for that paywall thingy.
Yeah, I guess it's Riverside County. And then
Riverside County has an amazing
Yes.
kratom ordinance, but Riverside City is trying to ban it all.
Yeah, they're wishy-washy on it. My kitty agrees. I don't know if anybody heard that.
I heard that.
She's like, hell yeah, they are.
Y'all, we are fatigued big time today. We have been in hearings all day. We are
This one, I
tired.
was like, dude, this one took a long time to get to it. Yeah.
South Carolina took forever to get to.
True. That was what, 3 hours?
But that one came out amazing.
Yeah. I wish
So if y'all don't
take a couple notes
I
from
know.
South Carolina because they did
know.
really good. I was
'Cause-
very surprised with the outcome of South Carolina, especially that dude just like changing his tune.
Yeah, he totally changed it. Because I don't think it was him that introduced the Schedule 1 bill to ban kratom in South Carolina, even though there's KCPA protected state. I don't know. I didn't get in the details of that. But what they wound up doing after hearing testimony for the past couple of weeks is they wound up amending that bill, and they're going to keep natural kratom safe and ban 7-OH and its derivatives.
He called out the mayor and was totally immature with this. So okay, so it was the mayor. He called out. Megan, did you read it? What's he talking about? Like the news?
I'm
I guess-
trying to find this paywall remover thing so I could read it.
Oh, like let us in on the 411. Because I'm like, damn, dude, like South Carolina is safer now. Yeah, they passed the Judiciary Committee today. And so, but it still has to go. I'm assuming that it has to go through a whole floor, through the House and the Senate. I don't know if it's been through the House yet or, I have no idea, but it did pass the Judiciary today. The guy said he was a sponsor of the bill in South Carolina.
Yeah, the guy said he was this. Oh, of the ban bill? It was Britain? 7-0 gotta go.
Yeah.
If you a hoe for 7-0, get the fuck off my shit.
I'm so sick and tired of people like just random anything that I post, people coming in and be like, well, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
no, that's, I'm just so tired of it.
I don't give a fuck what you put in your body. If you want to pop them 7-OH chemical tablets, go right ahead. I don't care. But your chemical tablets, every single time you pop those motherfuckers, is taking what's saving me down. That's what I take offense to.
I will never advocate. That'd be like, I don't care if somebody goes and smokes some crystal meth, shoots up some heroin, whatever the hell they want to do, but I ain't going to advocate for that shit.
No.
Same thing. So the mayor is that guy, the younger dude, looks like he's in his dad's suit.
Wait,
I'm guessing.
they did a press conference without telling the mayor?
Was it that lady?
Flynn? You saying Flynn? Megan, do you want to come on real quick and tell us? You ain't
Yeah.
got to be on camera.
Yeah, you can keep your camera off.
You can keep your camera off. You just come up here and tell us, give us the 411 on what's going on at Scranton.
He was pissed because Dr. Rothschild said last week it was just a discussion, nothing in law. Huh.
Hey, Billy.
I mean, the way that they presented this, though, seemed like they were going to go ahead and make it a law. They didn't seem like they were like even in the first part of discussing it. Like they acted like, well, we've already got this ordinance drawn out. We're going to go ahead and get to rolling.
That's what these fools don't think about. They don't, and this is what KDA hopes is that, these laws will be passed silently, and that they won't get no pushback from nobody. Like, you think we ain't got to push back? We got to push back. All right, I'm going to send you the link, Megan.
Yeah, they hope that, they can get one in on the down low before anybody finds out, which is, I mean, I get it. 'Cause I feel the same way sometimes.
What?
I feel the same way just sometimes about the other way around, And then she went and got a bunch of questions.
She about to pop on.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Get us some Megan on
A
here.
little bit of juice in the background. There was a couple testimonies, y'all, but we didn't want to go
They
like
were
time and wait because it was like an hour and a half between the testimony. I mean, oh my Lord and Jesus, that was a lot.
yeah. So we'll clip we'll clip up last week's Scranton, and then we'll clip up the testimonies tonight. But you gotta give us time.
Yeah.
Megan,
Megan,
What's up?
hey. So
give us the
So
411.
basically, she went above his head and got questions from the higher ups,
Oh,
from the mayor's office. And that's why she said, I have a list of questions. And then he got pissed off.
She
So
wanted
she-
to table it
yeah.
so they
yeah.
could go over the list of questions.
So that's where they were talking about the governance or something like that.
Yeah. He
Okay.
totally did everything.
Without
Without-
even involving the mayor of the city, which makes no sense. How can a city council vote on something without the mayor? I don't really
And now
understand
all
that.
of a sudden they're saying at the end of this, hopefully we get a meeting with the mayor by next week.
Is that
So
right? That mayor is not that guy right there.
no.
No, the mayor wasn't even there.
female.
That's just the city council that was at that meeting.
Wow. Okay.
So when they did the press conference, the mayor didn't even know it was happening, right?
Nope.
I thought the mayor was there, but apparently not.
No.
So maybe, with that being said, maybe we have a chance to flood the mayor with emails now as a last resort.
Wow. That's
Because
really
like Dr.
crazy.
Rothschild said today, like, how are we going to pass this ordinance without even the mayor's approval or knowing of this bill? Like it was just sprung on the council without even discussing it with anyone.
Yeah, something is definitely behind the scenes pushing this one. Like,
So maybe
Probably-
you can, maybe Misty, you could talk to Mac and see and tell him what we told you about
Yeah.
how the mayor is kind of blindsided. I don't think the mayor is for or against. I think the mayor is going to go with whatever they say, but maybe if we give enough pushback, we can make something happen.
He even did a low blow at the mayor at the end of this meeting because he said something about maybe the mayor shouldn't be having meetings on
Yeah.
time. You heard it, right?
yeah.
So
That's
something's going on there.
He wants to be mayor, obviously.
I was a mayor. Yeah. I mean,
That-
like I said, I listened to that podcast, and this guy has, I mean, like he has a hard on to get rid of Kratom. Like you can tell.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know, I'm sitting here thinking that he wants to get rid of Kratom. You know, he wants maybe there's like opioid abatement money that's in the recovery industry there, so the addiction industry.
I
know,
think
and
I think it's more about him having a gold star on his chest when he runs for maybe it's that too, but I think maybe he wants that gold star that he can, when he's running for a higher office, he can say, well, look what I got done when I was in city council.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like to me, because he's kind of he's like the big mouth out of all of them.
Yeah, and the
And
other
then
ones.
he tried to say that the AKA who fights for the leaf isn't following like, dude, you have no clue what you're talking about.
He's
Yeah.
some trade association or whatever.
And then he gets mad at the Scranton Times. The Scranton Times has been posting articles about the ban. So what do you want?
That's their job. I mean,
Well, they had I think one of their articles had an opposing viewpoint in it, that was kind of for regulation, and he didn't like that. He's like a big baby.
And I don't know what he means that you can't regulate it at a state level, city level. You
Yes.
absolutely can.
He
Yes,
doesn't
you
want to
can.
spend the money. He just wants to ban everything, not realizing that so many people are being helped by it. Now you're sending more people into the rehabs. You got
Mhm.
more people on the streets, more people stealing, crime goes up.
And in this meeting, before they even got to Kratom, one of the discussions was how bad the homeless population is there.
Yeah.
Like, worry about that.
I mean, but if you can ban it, you can regulate it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if you're going to have to worry about people getting it off their shelves and enforcing that, then you can regulate it and it'd be much easier.
And it's crazy because Scranton is not like this picturesque, nice town with no crime. It's you have a lot of crack there, a lot of fentanyl, and a lot of crime, shootings, murders. So
So is the ghetto.
yeah, it's a ghetto. It's a ghetto, and it's just like a lot of places that used to be nice back when, the coal mines were flourishing and, you had the middle class there. That, once them mines shut down, you had all the riffraff move in and, you have your pockets of people that have been there for 40, 50 years who are bitter.
Dakota meetings every
Yeah,
Tuesday.
they're bitter. They don't know anything about Kratom, and they probably just assume that it's contributing to the crime because that's what they're being told.
I like that old guy with the white hair that said something last week and had his facts down packed tonight when he spoke, and he doesn't even take Kratom.
Oh, I love that about that guy. I was like, he must have went home and done some research and came back because he was on it.
He did
And
amazing.
he doesn't even consume Kratom. He's just like why are we doing this?
He understands freedom. He understands what freedom means, and that we're, as Americans, like, we should have the right to have this.
Right. Yeah. Agree. It's like most people, anybody that it has like any sense and any truly believes in freedom, it's like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a no-brainer. But yeah, I was really impressed with that guy.
But tonight, go ahead.
That one dude, the guy that's against it, I think he also said in that podcast that a family member of his got hooked on it, thinking it was an energy drink, pre-workout thing, and he had to put them in rehab for it.
He's probably taking Feel Free or a strong OPMS or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But bottom line for Scranton is now they're scrambling to get a meeting with the mayor before next Tuesday.
Yeah. And it's like somewhere along the way, it seemed like a chain of command was broken.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like
it definitely does. Because
like,
the Scranton Times, if I'm not mistaken, accused them of breaking something called the Sunshine
Act.
Sunshine Act or something.
Okay.
I'm going to Google that right now.
And you know what? I can even see this guy being like, okay, family member, I don't want you to look like a moron.
I know what that is.
To the rehab place. So I'm going to get this shut down and we'll make sure it looks real bad. So, I don't know, but he's definitely got like a personal vendetta against Kratom.
Either that or he's in the pockets of the rehabs, one or the other.
Yeah. Or both.
Anybody who yells at their fellow council members like that, like, you're like you have like a big baby syndrome.
That's so professional. I was like, why is he talking to her like that? Because she doesn't agree with you?
Yeah, he's like King Baby over there, like rattling his rattle.
Okay, so the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act requires state and local government agencies, including school boards and municipal authorities, to hold public meetings, provide advance notice, and allow public comment before taking official action. Deliberations must occur in public with limited exceptions, and violating the law is a summary offense.
So yeah, he didn't because the uppers didn't. No one knew.
No one knew except for him.
And his little colleagues on the council.
And then, like, even when she did the whole, and they're like, do I have a second? They're all just like completely silent.
Last week she even said she wasn't included in any of this. She had no clue that bill last week was being introduced.
Yeah.
She said she didn't have enough time. And that other guy was like, well, this is, I totally remember that. I totally remember
I
think backwards.
I think that's where the Sunshine Act comes in, because the other 4 council members, the men, all discussed all this behind her back when she was supposed to be included into it.
I know that she didn't even know the press conference was going to happen. And then this big boy right here, I remember something about him saying
He said he didn't know either until a few hours before.
Before
Yes,
it.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that. Oh my goodness.
But she didn't know at all.
Yes,
And
South Carolina. Yeah.
it
Sorry.
gets me too because, like,
And she's the most educated
she's
one
a
on the.
physical
Yeah,
therapist. Like, if anything, she would be the one
she's a
for Big
doctor.
Pharma.
She's a doctor.
Yeah, but she also
Right,
she does.
I'm
yeah.
just saying
Yeah,
she went to school for many years.
Yeah.
and she's not even biting the bullet.
I guarantee you, as far as science goes, she's the one that has the most education.
For sure. So these boys right here had like a bro moment, you know?
Yeah.
And then left her out. And
It's
But
a
when
shit
when
show, isn't it?
tonight in the meeting, when she said, "Well, I have a list of questions," I was like, "Yes, she went higher up."
I didn't
But
even
they
know
would-
that's what that meant.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't even let her get a word in edgewise.
Well, that's why I'm glad y'all came up so we could get the 411 because I was kind of like, I wouldn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
I was completely caught off guard.
Absolutely.
Bottom
Yeah.
line is, she was like, "I'm going to go over your head since you guys aren't listening to what I got to say."
Good.
Good on her.
So hopefully, we can somehow get people to start emailing the mayor, telling the mayor to leave natural leaf
Yeah.
alone.
Well, you know, KDA is probably watching this right now, so they're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
going to do the same thing. So, whatevs.
Our biggest fans and haters or whatever. I don't even know what to say about it.
Man, I swear they watch us so hard. I'm not lesbian, by the way. If you got, you know, if you're watching me because you think I'm sexy or something.
Oh man.
They're watching you sip that straw, girl.
from my AKA cup. Got my AKA cup.
I like that. That's
And
cool.
no, I'm not paid by the AKA.
Oh,
None of us are.
You deserve to be, though. You guys deserve to be. I'll tell you.
I tell you what, man, it's been a week.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And
Oh
for
my goodness.
anybody
And then
that hasn't
tomorrow.
heard, Tennessee is Thursday morning. The Senate floor. It goes to the Senate floor for its final vote.
And then tomorrow's
Why
Delaware.
does this feel like the longest legislative session in the history of the fight for
know.
kratom?
Because, dude, it hasn't stopped ever since the July 29th, 2025 press conference.
Yeah.
about a
I
big
know,
700
and we all were like so happy. We were like, "All right, things are really looking up here." They need to get that FDA website amended. That
Yeah, they
is
do.
do that, they need to just go ahead and schedule 7-0 period all the way permanently. They need to update the website and
that's going to be a little bit that scheduling.
Yeah, well, I
Maybe.
got hope.
Maybe.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. The science is definitely going to. There's going to be enough factors in that 8 factor for it to happen for sure.
And then
Yeah.
in January, we just came out with another safety study. So I don't know why for plain leaf. I don't know why none of these places are looking at the safety profile or the studies.
Because they're going by word of mouth. They're going by these
Exactly.
boohoo alligator tears and shit that these freaking, I swear.
It's like they're making public policy based on emotions.
Yeah,
It's just
they are.
ridiculous, man.
They are.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's not fair. It's unfair. And like every life is important to me, just like it is to anybody else. But
Right.
the proof just isn't there for as far as like there's no LD, there's no lethal dose for kratom. I mean there is, but it's so high that it just doesn't make sense. And how can you put a toxicity when you don't even know how much it takes to poison someone? They haven't even a coroner hasn't even been able to tell us that. They haven't even been able to tell us, okay, what's a threshold dose, what's a light dose, what's a medium, what's a heavy, and what's going to poison you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I mean,
there's
look at
no
Tennessee.
science there.
Like,
Yeah,
this
look at
dude died of Benadryl. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't even, and so, I mean, that whole thing's blowing my mind, for her to sit there and claim that the coroner said it was, mitragynine toxicity, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. It was Benadryl overdose. And then the elevated levels of the duloxetine and buspirone.
But it's
Now,
still
what I did want to ask you about this Benadryl while you guys have us on. That was really nice of you to have us on, by the way. Benadryl. What are people doing with Benadryl now? What is the purpose of taking large amounts of Benadryl? Is this get you high?
I've
They're
heard
going
of
to see the Hat Man.
Yeah, the Hat Man. Like,
Oh, is that one?
Yes.
yeah.
Is that the one where like you see like black pins and needles and then you
I
okay.
guess.
So people take this like at night and get high and stay up and they're all whacked out.
They're hallucinating.
Yeah. They supposedly, everybody, if you take enough Benadryl, the kids say that you're supposed to see the Hat Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we need to ban Benadryl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But you
and
know
that's
what?
another thing I don't understand. If the Benadryl was in there, why are they not saying that he overdosed on the Benadryl? Why they're automatically going for the thing they don't know, even though the science is out there.
It's gonna
They're
keep
automatically
happening.
going to the thing that they know that they could sue. They can't sue the Benadryl. They can't sue the prescriptions.
Right. Yeah.
That's a great point.
So,
Girl,
so
when
Kratom is
South
the
Carolina
scapegoat.
was on, I almost peed my pants. I was so happy.
Oh my God.
I was very, very, very impressed with South Carolina.
Yeah,
We needed that. We needed that bad.
Yeah.
I
do
cried
too,
a
kinda,
little
Mike.
tear.
Did you stop? Yeah, this is Philly Kratom. We're not sponsored. Not sponsored. We just love advocates, vendor advocates especially. Not sponsored. But yeah, this is Sean and Megan. I used to love watching y'all's live streams back in the day. Like, y'all need to get back
always
on that,
learned
man.
something, like,
We
whenever,
had so many YouTubes taken down that it just
Yeah.
kind of like busted his bubble.
yeah, I totally get that.
He had almost 5 years of videos just wiped away. And they were advocacy videos.
They
like
weren't
nothing
even
company
they
related.
weren't even they some of them were like us going up in a hot air balloon at the zoo. They took everything, man. They took everything. But that's a good lesson though. Like if you have a YouTube channel going, back up your videos. Make sure you have them ready to slap on another platform if something goes
Yeah.
bad. Because I see y'all doing your thing and you guys put your heart into that every day. And I would hate for you to lose that and not have it all backed up.
Yeah.
Well, my thing, like, I just got my Instagram banned on Saturday. So if y'all are trying to find me on Instagram, I'm no longer there. My haters got
All right,
me.
my Reddit got banned.
I'm on like my 6th Instagram and I just stopped. I just post pictures of cats and dogs now because I know that's safe. Only safe stuff on there. That's it. So I don't know.
Mike said, I thought the DXM cough medicine was trippy shit. That's robo tripping.
That's robo tripping.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wasn't
Yeah.
robo tripping. Well, learned something new. Why
Well,
not?
we're
double
going to be
check?
on tomorrow testifying for Delaware.
Delaware.
Yep, we are too. I'm going to roll out of bed early in the morning.
Delaware. I'm really trying to figure out. We're going to talk to Adam and see exactly what's going on. Like, is there provisions for? Do they have anything going on for 7OH with that?
They do. It has to be less than the amount in the natural plant.
Okay, so that's great. I just want to make sure I know what the bill is exactly so I can kind of speak to the bill this time.
We usually just like whenever, because God, I tell you what, we're probably at close to 300 hearings now, Jen.
Dude, I don't even know, man. We should tally, just have like a tally on our wall.
I know.
My
Oh my
parents
God.
parents keep busting Sean's butt because at the meeting last week he was like, and I keep doing my thing.
So I will say this. When there's a ban going on and you know that the people up there are just like not going to change their minds, it's a lot harder to speak than it is when you're going up there and you know there's a chance that you're going to be able to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know what? It's still, to me, because you got to read the room. That's what we do when we attend these hearings. We read the room. And it doesn't, even if you already know, you get that vibe that their mind's already made up. Who cares? You did
you're right.
your thing.
Your story
You
real
got
quick.
up there and you vented. That's what I look at it like. You vented, got it off your chest. You never know when people like Jen and I are watching and we'll be like, ooh, look at that mofo.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm going to get back in my bag next time because like I used to be, because I think I need to be a little tougher at times.
Well, you said that ball guy was watching you the whole time before you even
Yeah,
knew.
he gave me a dirty look like it was like made me feel like the scum of the earth. Oh,
Yeah.
it was horrible.
Mike, so the tomorrow, yes, tomorrow's remote testimony. So yes, you could remotely testify. It started off as a Schedule 1 ban, but then advocates and vendors went in there and got to the people, and now they're changing it to a KCPA.
That's
I
right.
think if you go to the AK's like last email blast, it'll have a
Yep.
like a Zoom registration link.
Yep. protectskratom.org/Delaware.
Oh, that would
And that's the difference between somebody who has common sense and who's really trying to protect the public. Because if you're really trying to protect the public, you're not going to do a blanket ban on something like this. Obviously, you're really going to look at the issue and want to figure out the science. And Delaware seems like they truly want to protect the children, protect people, and inform people by getting the labeling right, which is great. I wish every state was like Delaware. If it was, we'd be in great shape.
You know what I liked in South Carolina before I go? When the one guy said, well, I know someone who had a baggie of Kratom with something written on it, and the one guy was like, well, then right there is why we need this bill, because no one should be selling Kratom like that.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. He was like, that's not legal in South Carolina. So
yeah. And that's what's going to happen once these places ban it. You're going to have people going on the dark web or going wherever to get it, and you don't know what they're getting. You're making it even worse.
Yeah, they're going to be going online and buying from straight
direct
from Indonesia,
yeah,
that, and just who knows where they're actually getting it from.
If they even get it, because honestly, there's so many scammers over there. You have to be very careful when you're buying direct.
I won't. I won't.
Never do it. Well, first of all, I'd never do it because, I like to support people to advocate, and do it the right way, but
I'm sure every vendor appreciate that. We do too.
Like, there's no way I would just be like, you know what? I'm going to buy directly from Indonesia.
Well, I've been around for like 10 years now, and there's a lot of old heads that've been around longer than me, and they know the people over there, and they trust them, and that's okay. But like somebody who's just like brand new, trying to navigate over there and try to figure out who they're going to get it from is just asking for getting ripped off or getting something that you are not going to be happy how you feel after you consume it.
It's like, how many Facebook and Instagram messages and stuff you get from those Indonesian vendors. Hey, how you doing?
I don't even open them anymore. I'm like, delete. Delete.
Well, I don't have the apps anymore to open them. But they're creeping into my TikTok ones now.
Facebook ain't
they're not playing. They're not playing.
I'm not straight block. And then people want to come over there and praise 708 block.
Yep.
Like, if you don't know my stance by now, you ain't been watching my videos.
That's how I feel about it. Like, don't come and comment on what it did and how I need to change my mind, or, I'm going to lose leaf if I don't advocate for that bullshit. I will never advocate for 708. That's destroying Kratom.
No, it's like one of them things for people who have a heart and who really truly know what addiction is like. It's one of them things that you just have the tingles, and you just knew right away when you started hearing about people taking it and what it did. And you're like, wait a second, my spidey senses are up, because this is going to be the next thing that's going to get everybody jammed up and talking about Kratom, even though it's not Kratom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was me and Oxy.
Yeah.
When it first came on, when 708 first came on scene, and I was reading, at first I was like, what kind of Kratom are y'all taking? I'm like, what is going on? It just hit us out of nowhere pretty much.
Yeah.
And
it
then
felt like it. Yeah.
Because, someone and someone's had to file moral bankruptcy to do what they're doing.
Yeah. And then you had your vendors that made the decision truly just based on greed, because there's no way that you don't know what you're doing to people. There's no way you don't understand long term what this is going to do. And then you had your vendors that said, you know what, red light, we can't touch this stuff. And like, thank God there's so many that said no to it.
I know. I
I
lost
will
a lot
not.
of respect for some.
Yeah.
It's just,
Because it could have went the other way and we could have had 90% of people, selling 7OH.
well,
And it would have
most vendors though are in it for a good reason. Most kratom vendors are for a good reason, like because they genuinely.
online. Yeah, I agree. Most online for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it is kind of. But I mean, I know some people had to like struggle because I know it's taken business from
Yeah.
regular kratom vendors because I mean, people.
But
Are just,
I'll order kratom when I don't need it, just so I can help out the vendors that
yeah.
didn't file moral bankruptcy.
It's
You know?
just insane.
So I'm sure you guys have discussed this before, but I just want to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about kratom being sold and kratom products being sold like in gas stations and head shops and stuff? From what I'm seeing, it seems like they just don't want to educate. They don't really know about kratom for the most part. Very rarely do you have somebody that's selling kratom at any of these places, unless they're opening up a kratom shop solely
Yeah.
for the. What do you guys think about that?
I have,
And what do you think we have to do if we're going to keep it around?
it sucks because that's all like most of the negative stories you hear are from like gas stations. But it's like at the same time, I can see that it would be beneficial,
Yeah.
to have that available.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, it's a
because
freedom.
I
Yeah.
went to a smoke shop to buy my first, kratom.
Us too.
Us too. We did too. But it's also a conundrum because how do you
Wipe out all the bad shit and replace it with the good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, how do you even start to educate somebody who just doesn't really care to know, who
Well,
doesn't have any kind of stake in this?
Most of the time when you hear about gas stations, though, it's always pointed towards the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, the kids are buying it from gas stations. It's like gas stations should be carding. I mean, they're selling alcohol and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I think it should be available, but it does suck because that's the bad stories. That
I
you hear.
look at it like this, I always try to, I have to always dig deep in my brain to remember what I was like in active addiction. That's how recovered I am. I have to dig deep. So
That's
I always
good.
try to, yeah, that's how I can say I'm 100% confidently recovered addict, not a recovering addict. But so I try to put myself in their shoes. If someone's like struggling with illicit fentanyl addiction and they come across one of my videos and they're like, oh, she's talking about kratom. I saw that at the gas station. Let me go try this. Even if they're like in withdrawal, if they're like in illicit fentanyl withdrawal, then they'll try it and they'll be like, wait a minute, this does help my withdrawals.
Yeah.
And even if they're not quite there yet, that planted that seed.
Absolutely.
Even if it takes them 5, 6, 10 times, to continue going to the gas station, get the kratom, to help with the withdrawal, then they're like, okay, this helped me with my withdrawals, but I still want to go get high. But
Well,
still,
the whole 7OH situation, like a lot of people are, withdrawing real fast from that, and they're going to the gas stations to get extracts to help them with withdrawal. So it's like that's also a real big thing right now. The whole
Yep.
just extracts being available for that.
yep.
You know?
Yep, these people that are finding the 7OH, they are, because that's the common theme in my TikTok comments is that they will get on, that's why I preach it. They will get on the lab tested metragenine extract,
Yeah.
So instead of them doing a 360, first kratom saved them from an active addiction. Then they got, was told that this is a more potent form of kratom. Try this, buddy. They get that free sample of the 7OH, then they're back in active addiction. So they kind of have to like walk backwards.
I mean,
know?
think about if it wasn't available at gas stations and people were really withdrawing bad from 7OH, I could see them even going back to the street or something.
Oh,
I think,
absolutely.
at the end
Absolutely.
of the day, most people aren't going to do that. I think most people might go ahead and try the, kratom before they're going to just go right back to,
Yeah. And when we were at the International Kratom Symposium in February, Dr. Nora Volko still wants it available in gas stations and smoke shops as a harm reduction.
And I like it for gas stations and smoke shops, but I like it even better if we get all the other products out. I think
Yeah.
that eliminates like 90% of everything. And then maybe you have the liquor control board or something like that go in, just like they do with cigarettes, to see
Yeah.
if the gas station attendant is going to sell the kratom to somebody that's under 18 or under 21.
I'm surprised that there's not like a smoke shop union, or a smoke shop task force or something, task
There
force.
could be.
There
Well,
should be.
it's getting to the point in Philadelphia where they're getting a way worse name. I'm sure it's not like that in Colorado, but they're selling crack, they're selling fentanyl, they're selling pressed, fake oxys.
At your corner store.
They have guns in the corner stores and smoke shops. They have a whole arsenal. They have armed guards there, and they've busted down like 5 or 6 of them in the past 6 months. So it's getting to the point where like they're getting a really bad name over here. And like I like what you said about them forming some kind of union to keep these stores honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gabrielle, they did not ban it, but they did. The ordinance is going to go to, I guess, a first reading. It was a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
But they did not it's nothing set in stone right now.
It was some
They
drama.
said they're hopefully going to talk about it again next week. That's what.
Yeah. If they can get a meeting with the mayor this time.
They are pushing very hard. I think the only thing we have left is emailing, like blasting this mayor with as many testimonials as we can get, personal testimonials.
Yeah.
Maybe
because you heard them.
Maybe these fools will get reprimanded.
Once it's passed in Scranton, you heard him. He's going to start calling other local places and try and get the other places to do the same thing. So if he gets this passed in Scranton and you live anywhere, it's going to snowball to you.
Yeah.
It's what's happening in New York right now, too.
Yep. It's a domino effect every time. Every time.
And this fool ain't even, he's got possession in it.
See, that's so messed up to me when they throw possession in there.
Well, it's not criminal, it's civil, but civil still holds 2 years in prison.
Which I don't understand, because I always thought civil meant that it was just about money.
No, in his language, this civil bill still holds imprisonment for the second or third time you get caught with possession.
I don't understand why they just can't take it out of Scranton and the people can still order it online and still be legal for people to have it. That solves all the problems right there. You're not selling it in your city anymore.
But see, look, this is what we're seeing in other states is, yes, that they're banned, like in Massachusetts, they're banning the sales, and it's spread like wildfire, because of her grieving mom. And even though this is KDA's backup, let's go around and get the sales banned. Let's
Well, I don't like any of it, but if it's a threat of a full ban with criminalization, I'd rather do that at least until we get something passed federally and reverse all the bullshit.
I agree. Yeah.
But no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, they're using that as a backup and then they're getting at least part of what they want.
Yeah, because if they go around and getting the sales banned state by state, where the hell can we order it? I'm not ordering overseas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If they go to Pennsylvania, then you're shut down. If they go to Delaware, then Adam and Becca are shut down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They go to Tennessee. Katz is in Tennessee. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
I'm going out with guns blazing. I'm pulling them out of both holsters. I'm pulling one out of my shoe. I'm not. I'll travel. I'll go to any state. I'm gonna open up the first mobile kratom store. We're gonna have 2 RVs. We're gonna gut one of them. We're gonna put up some food safety stuff in there. No, but seriously, we got to stop this stuff. And I feel like the AKA has done an amazing job at making it extremely streamlined for people to go right on and tell their story. And like for anybody listening who doesn't know, if you don't have your testimonial saved on your phone to where you can copy and paste it, then you're just making it harder on yourself.
send
It's that easy.
email and send it to yourself or save it in your drafts if you don't know
Mhm.
how to have a notes app or something on your phone.
We
Um,
send out emails every week, and people are probably tired of hearing from us, but I beat it in the head every time. Go on Protect Kratom and go down the list and send your testimony.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
the hard work is done. They made it so easy for you to do it.
And it is. And I'm just kind of always racking my brain. How do we get even more people involved? You know, I think one of the things we might have to do is start going to these smoke shops with some kind of flyer. And the AKA did give us stuff once to hand out to
Mhm.
smoke shops, and we did do that. I haven't seen a campaign like that in a while, but I think maybe every 6 months, if they can send these materials to a few people in every state that are going to be responsible and actually send this out or hand deliver it to the smoke shops, then maybe we have a chance to pick up some of these customers and get them sending something. But we have to find a way to spread this thing a little further now.
It's crazy. Like here in Tennessee, when I was going around to my local smoke shops to bring our flyer, and it was like not advertising. It was just showing like the QR codes to scan for the petition and all the ban information that was coming up. Dude, they were acting like they weren't, most of them were just
Yeah,
like,
they almost get insulted.
Yeah.
yeah. And one of them was just like, oh, we've had to deal with that a few times. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, this is going down right now. Like, it is in the house. It's past that. Like, it's happening right now. And so,
Renee, what's up, Renee? I love your testimony in Ohio.
oh, yeah, you did awesome.
Yes.
You and Scars.
Yes.
God
Sorry, I
bless.
didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's God bless Ohio. I feel like somebody is watching over.
Yeah.
Listen, we've been through so much in Ohio, so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody's just looking out for us in Ohio.
And there's always a great turnout of advocates that show up in Ohio.
Absolutely, 100%.
Kudos to that,
It doesn't
yeah.
happen without that. But
There's a
there's
lot
been
of stuff-
times.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, the AKA is doing behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
I'm not always involved in their like campaigns, or I'm not always in the know of their campaigns.
Yeah,
But
and
I
people
do
don't
know-
realize that. There's so many things they do that we're never going to hear
Yes.
about.
That I
Yeah.
can say 100% yes.
Yeah,
that is
because they
true.
can't tell us everything because
Exactly.
obviously we have all kinds of people listening.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that piggyback off of the AKA's advocacy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Freaking
absolutely.
ridiculous.
And like, look, I'm all for some groups working together, but the truth is nobody has our well-being at mind, the consumer's well-being as much as the AKA does.
Mhm.
And that just we just saw it today in New Hampshire. Well, not today, but we just saw it in New Hampshire where we had something pretty much nailed down and now it's not. And that's because the other group had different interests at heart.
Yep.
And they muddied the waters again. And we've seen it in California, we've seen it in Florida, we've seen it
Here in Tennessee, or
In Tennessee?
next legislative session, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So yeah, it's happening all over the place. And nobody's doing it better than the AKA. You see these other ones putting out these flyers they send you. And like they're complicated. I'm not scanning a QR code. I'm not copy and pasting all of these emails on this when I can go over to the AKA website and it has the form letter already done for me to where I can just write my testimonial. Nobody's doing it like the AKA. So all they're doing is just making our mission harder.
Pretty crooked line. So far, it's not at the state level that they're trying to ban it. It was in Scranton.
Scranton.
But
Scranton,
he
PA.
just said he wants a state. He wants a state, man.
Yeah, they want a state
yeah.
ban. They said it the first meeting that I was at.
He's
Last week.
slobbering over the state. He's wanting it. And Rebecca,
Let's
I've
just hope
spoken with
he
you about
doesn't go up
Oklahoma.
in the House anywhere or the Senate for Pennsylvania, because then we're in trouble.
Well, how many of those addiction recovery places are donating to any of the senators?
Oh,
know?
absolutely. It's absolutely happening on a larger scale than we even know.
I can't remember. There was something that came up not long ago with Pennsylvania, was it not?
Yeah, so right now in Pennsylvania, we have 2 House bills, I believe, and a Senate bill. And out of the 3 bills, one's like a classic KCPA. The other one specifically targets 70H and has a KCPA. And then there's another one that's a little more bare bones, but there are 3. I believe like 2 out of 3 are kind of stalled out. But there are a few representatives, a few senators that do want to pass some kind of legislation.
We have Penny Chuck.
It's just tough. We have Tracy Pennychuck. She's the biggest one. She's the biggest champion for Kratom right now as far as the Protection Act. But we just have this dynamic right now, and it's kind of the same, nationally, that it's very hard to get anything done. So the politics are very divisive, and it's not always a kratom issue to hold stuff up. We saw it in Florida.
Yeah.
It can be like the smallest spat going on between 2 people that ends up turning into this huge blowout where they don't even finish the session. So tough.
I'm telling you, I missed you guys' live streams. I that was like in the beginning of my kratom journey, and I was still trying to figure out where I fit in and all that stuff. We got Jordan coming on, but y'all.
What's up, Jordan?
We got Jordan in the house.
What's up, Jordan?
He ran. Oh no! What?
I just took off the other screen.
I was about to do that same thing when you read my phone.
There's Jordash. Jordash.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. We were just talking about how I was just talking about how I miss Sean and Megan's live streams that they used to do back in the day.
Sean had a big YouTube channel, like a really big one, probably the biggest one ever for Kratom. Yeah, he was like the GOAT of Kratom YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, man.
Oh,
I don't know about all that, but damn, thank you.
No, it's 100%. It's 100% the truth. There's no denying that. 100%.
I just wanted to tell you thank you for Delaware the other day, man. We were both on there, by the way. I heard your testimony, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I had so much to say.
You got that down, man. You know how much time you have, and you know how to get the science in there, man.
Oh, yeah, I have to take a beta blocker because I get so nervous because I guess when you take a beta blocker, it makes you more of like an alpha and it blocks your beta, like your beta male.
Wow.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, for real. So,
I wasn't expecting that, man.
yeah, because
bro, I know you're joking, but do they really make something like that?
Well, it's just because like it lowers your heart rate down because I get so nervous and like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my stuttering gets so bad. Like I have to take the beta blocker before I test it. I mean, they've heard me when I don't have it, and I'm like, I can't really talk, and it's really hard. I had a severe speech impediment growing up, like severe, and I had to do 8 years of speech. And when I get nervous, it like all comes back. My years of training and speech like all goes out the window. Just because of like your adrenaline, it makes me go back to my factory settings basically, which is not.
Oh
good.
wow, like a lizard brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
I when I take the beta blockers, I just feel normal. Like there's none of the heart rate. You're not like sweating and stuff. So you're just able to speak more clearly. But yeah,
I think I need to get some beta blockers. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, dude, you should, man. It'll make you way more alpha and block your beta. It's the best.
Dude, I don't know if you're joking or not.
I'm serious. Like I know they're called beta blockers, but that's what it makes me feel like. It like blocks the beta in me. I'm serious.
I love that, dude. That is,
Yeah.
you should make a commercial for these things. Like you could sell a lot of these beta blockers.
We don't need Jordan sponsoring no farmer shit.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but they work though. I mean, there's definitely a place for medication. We're just overprescribed in America, but this particular medication works well for me for this specific scenario.
Make sure you take your Delaware's tomorrow morning, so take your beta blocker then.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to register for that. Yeah, I need to register for that. So
Did you watch Scranton tonight?
To be
Ugh.
honest, I can't watch a lot of them. They make me so upset.
Yeah.
Like I'll just go to testify, but I literally cannot watch it because I get so frustrated and it makes my like stomach go into knots. But did you
Yeah, it makes
guys?
me sad, man.
Yeah.
They didn't
Did
even
they?
tell the mayor. They went above the mayor's head with the bill.
Did it pass?
It's going on to the next step.
It's going on to the next step, and it's looking really bad. I think the next step is going to be that we're going to all have to just hit this mayor up and really tell her our personal stories, and maybe that'll help.
Is
Can
the
a
mayor a
mayor-
dude or a woman?
I think it's a lady.
She's a lady.
Well, we don't know. It's
That might be good,
2026.
though. I mean,
You're
You
right,
know?
Jordan.
that's the whole bro code going on in the city council, it seems like. So maybe it's a good
Absolutely.
thing.
So
Oh,
can
that was just so I still can't get over him having a meltdown mid meeting because the lady didn't agree with him.
Who has a
Mhm.
dick measuring contest with a female? Like, come on.
Well, like Jordan said, it is 2026. So
you never know nowadays, but so can a mayor veto a bill like a governor can? Like, is that how it works? Is it kind
Well,
of
what
like
happened was that apparently the Dr. Rothschild was the one on the board that didn't want it. She voted no. And here at the end, she was like, well, I have a list of questions from the mayor's office that you need to answer. So I'm
Oh,
hoping
wow.
she can step in.
she's a doctor too?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's a doctor.
And a
she
Rothschild. Wow.
she did not
Mhm.
want it passed at all. She is totally against the bill.
She owns a physical therapy office.
She does physical therapy.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Texas
like,
10, hold on, sorry. Texas 10 says that Patrick Flynn founded a recovery center called Manifesto Health. I'm looking at
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Here we go.
it. Yep.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That actually worked. I was joking with my under my name. It says like optional. I put Your Majesty. I thought that wasn't really going to show up on the screen. This is so embarrassing. It was like a joke. Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's head of Eternal Affairs for Manifesto
Eternal
Health.
Affairs.
At the
I
rehab?
like that.
It's a let me see.
Oh, he is. Oh, Flynn.
Flynn.
I thought you were
the-
talking about His Majesty. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, he's probably getting a lot of people coming in saying they're taking kratom, but they're taking like 7-hydroxy, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And the
Well,
problem
that's
is, these
problem.
people are uneducated when they start out, just like we were. They don't know the
Mhm.
difference.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
100%. And not to say that like no one's ever struggled with like the natural leaf, but it's a very small minority. Like the vast majority of people benefit from kratom 100%, but there's always going to be people that struggle with everything. There's people that food or
Yeah,
anything
addiction is a
in life.
behavior. It's
Yeah.
a behavior.
Yeah, I think Missy said it best. Kratom's an amazing way out of addiction, and 7-hydroxy is a way into it for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Reverse gateway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude. I always say kratom is an exit from addiction, and 7-OH is an entrance into one.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
like, I listened to Texas 10. He was on a podcast right before this all started. And I mean, he's got a hard on for kratom. He said one of his family members got hooked on it, thinking it was an energy drink type of thing. And, they try to stop taking it and they started withdrawing. So he had to put them in a rehab facility for 30 days. The whole, we've heard that
Mhm.
story a few times. So yeah. He definitely knows the difference, and I don't think he just doesn't care. Like he wants.
We need the South Carolina bill sponsor that did what he did today to go talk to all these other people.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I wish they
Yeah.
could do that. Or
Yeah.
they would.
Jordan, South Carolina went amazing today.
Yeah, so tell me more about that.
So you know how the bill was initially introduced as a Schedule 1. They were trying to Schedule
Mhm.
1 it, right? So the
Mhm.
same chairman dude, which I guess is the sponsor on the bill.
The ban bill?
Yeah. So today he introduced an amendment to where they keep natural kratom leaf, and then they're banning 7-OH and the derivatives.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I made a video on TikTok today. I said there's only two options going forward. Either natural kratom leaf, the synthetics and semi-synthetics, they all get banned, or we save the leaf and the synthetics get banned. Like, what's the better option for like the vast majority of people? Like a lot of the pro 7OH people, they're so concerned with their freedoms to choose whatever, but the thing that they're choosing is risking everyone else's freedom. You know,
But they
they're
really want to drag everybody down. If they can't have what they want, they're going to be a big baby and they're going to drag everyone down with
Oh
them.
yeah, like even Michelle
yes.
Ross, like when she goes to testify, she is throwing kratom under the
Under the
bus.
bus. It is. And I always say this: if 7OH is truly made from kratom, why would you throw kratom under the bus like that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes
You
no
know,
sense.
We're constantly like, well, that's stupid trying to get 7OH banned because it's just going to get the whole leaf banned. Nope, I disagree, brother.
But do you
And the
not see the
argument
writing on the
that
wall?
7OH is in kratom. I'm tired of hearing that too.
Oh God, I know. It's
Yeah.
not the same. It is not the same.
It's so
And I
funny. Like
want to
people
know who has the science? Who has the science? Because the biggest argument that I'm hearing that kind of makes sense if you don't know anything about it, it would make sense if you were just like a layman listening, is how it digests in the stomach and it turns into 7OH. But like it's the difference between the 7OH hitting your bloodstream like a freight train
Yeah.
and the 7OH going into your stomach and having to go through the small intestine, the duodenum, whatever, and slowly getting released through your bloodstream.
Yes.
There's a
I
huge
think Max
difference.
said it's like hitting your liver with a freight train or something like that. It's
Yeah.
a big and plus it's like over such a long amount of time.
Yeah.
Instead of like 50 times the amount or more.
You would have to take like a kilo of kratom to get a tablet.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what people
Good
don't
luck on that.
understand. It's a big difference between your body naturally metabolizing something in trace amounts than taking, a lot of, because we help people get off of 7-hydroxy like every single day. I'd say on average now, like people are like at 500 milligrams, but we've helped people get off of like 2,500 milligrams before.
That's 2.5 grams a day. That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, but again, like that's a massive difference. Like you can't even compare the two. Isolated and chemically manipulated 7-hydroxy is only attaching to opioid receptors, and it binds incredibly tightly. When you have natural kratom, gently binding to opioid receptors.
Yeah,
but to
exactly. One's
serotonin,
latching
dopamine.
on and one's just tickling.
Yeah.
One's latching
I love
on,
tickles.
it ain't letting go, boy.
And then
Yeah.
I'm sure you're helping a lot of people get off, like you just said, and so are we. And then when they tell you the amount of money they're spending on this, I'm like, how can you manage that?
Like people
Yeah.
could have bought a brand new freaking 2026 car
Yeah.
with the amount of
And
money.
this is when you start running into the same problems that you would with like a street drug, because you're running out of money and you're chasing the same exact high because it is latching on, like Jordan said.
Well, and
So
people
now
don't
you're willing to go out and do
now.
things that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah, people, you can't die, and it's like, but you're giving your life away. Like
Yeah.
you're still losing your life. You're losing
Natural kratom doesn't do that.
right. It gives it back. You get your life back with natural. kratom.
Yes.
Yeah, when I interviewed Dr. Jack Henningfield in Washington, D.C., he goes, the vast majority of people use illicit opioids to escape life, but most people tell us they got their life back with kratom. And he said most because he's like, with everything in life, there's never going to be 100% like success rate. There's always going to be people that take things to the extreme, but he goes on the majority, like the vast majority, he actually said, people are saying that I'm using this to get my life back. And yeah, comparing 7-hydroxy to natural leaf is like not even in like the same ballpark. It's really, they shouldn't even be said in the same sentence in my opinion. And is it really harm reduction too if if they're spending all their money, they're ruining their relationships like with their family, just again, keeping someone alive is always a blessing, but I'm so tired of them stealing our freaking sayings. Like Kratom Saves Lives has been around for
Yeah.
fucking a decade. You know, oh, 7OH work great for chronic pain. So does Kratom. Like
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
are stop stealing our things. Yes, 7-hydroxy is like, yeah, it's a synthetic opioid, so of course it's gonna be like stronger and be better for like acute pain. But the fact that you keep like riding 7-hydroxy's ball sack into the ground, basically like you're gonna ruin everything, so no one has anything to take for pain. And
Why?
that's like my
No. They're writing Kratom's ball sack. Not,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's, well, I didn't say that right, but you
No,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, you know, like it's so
And you
annoying.
got Davo in the comments here. You know, you're the one that got him off of 7OH.
Yep.
Oh yeah, what's up, Dave?
He's one of
My
your
favorite.
success stories.
And
Yeah.
like
That's awesome.
we have so many, we have a mix of people. We have people who are messaging us for help to get off it. Then we get people that are sending us nasty messages because we don't carry it. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
you know what? Go away.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the
And I'll
same.
never, I'd be like, and will never carry it. Just like I
No.
would never advocate for
Exactly.
it. Ever.
We get
I have
nasty.
the reply saved in my phone when they ask. I just reply, nope, and we never will.
Yep.
Exactly.
So y'all get attacked on the vendor side. Us advocates get attacked as well because
Uh-huh.
we are not all Kratom. You can
No.
you can shove that shit up your fucking taint.
Y'all's little hashtag saying.
He's a taint. Sorry.
Yeah.
And most of them started out as Kratom consumers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yep.
the number one message I get on TikTok. I was doing great for so long on natural kratom, and then the smoke shop's like, "Oh, this is kratom, but like stronger." And next thing you know, their life is in shambles. You know,
Yep.
I've met people that that got custody of their kids through natural kratom, then lost their kids. You know, people that got there because of 7-hydroxy, getting like so involved in like. Yeah, it just was a downward spiral. Same thing with jobs. They had jobs before, now they're losing their jobs, or they were getting out of debt, and now they're like in massive amounts of debt. Like losing the kids, I've heard only like a couple times, like twice. That's a very extreme example, but it
Yeah.
has happened. But the very constant example is like my life is in shambles now. You know, I'm going backwards and I'm in so much debt, and I feel like I'm at square one all over again. You know, so like that's. Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer
No.
that question, Tracy? I mean, Jordan, do you want to answer
What?
Tracy's question?
When you Google the 7OH causes respiratory depression, it comes back saying no, it's not. That's not true. So Dr. Christopher McCurdy, he did a study called bidirectional breathing in rats, where the rats were given just straight 7-hydroxy, and it caused respiratory depression that was reversible with Narcan. The rats were also given straight metragine, and it actually like increased their breathing. Not to say that that's like a good thing, but it didn't cause like respiratory depression. That's why it's called bidirectional breathing in rats. That's how different 7-hydroxy and metragine are. Like bidirectional, like literally as far as apart as can
Worlds
be.
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were all reversible by Narcan, but kratom isn't reversed by Narcan because it's just not an opioid.
But
It doesn't do that.
The thing of it is that when we talk about that study, the 7OHers will come back and say, well, they gave the rats IV 7OH. We don't take it that way.
They
Well-
administer it through IV, so and it's like it doesn't matter. Like it
No.
doesn't matter.
I mean, what happened
It's a
when they gave them?
dosage thing more than the route
And
of
it's like
administration.
saying if I did any other kind of thing on the street, it's orally or IV, I'm not going to OD if I take it orally because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, but to kind of prove the point, if you gave the same amount, even 10 times more, the metragine, none of them would have had respiratory depression. You know,
That's a great
Doesn't-
point, man.
Yeah, so that's like kind of like proving the point, like even more. Like when I interviewed Henningfield, he was like, you know, we've tried to kill rats like so many different times. He's like, I could never do it. We never killed the rats. He said it way more eloquently and scientifically than I just did, but you know, they tried and they couldn't do it.
He
Yeah,
said
oh,
that in one of the last hearings that he was on too, because he was laughing. He's like, not that I want to kill the rats.
Yeah.
At Tennessee, right? Wasn't it in Tennessee?
Yeah.
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 Right. I like that. I'll never cheat on my wife kratom again.
Well, I always call Kratom my husband.
That's funny. You're definitely married to the cause.
I sure as fuck am.
100%.
And because I'm so enthralled in the cause, I'm not having a big head here, but my advocacy has saved a lot of people.
So
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Like, it will be, I've had messages come in saying that, oh, I saw your TikTok video like 6 months ago, but I wanted to wait to see if I was living in a dream or not. They'll be like, I've been taking it for 6 months and I wanted to come and thank you, So, but Tracy says, why does the Google search say differently and the 7-OH advocates are saying the same thing, that it doesn't cause respiratory depression? Because they're selling you a damn lie.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of misinformation about Kratom on Google. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
because Google is just scraping certain sites, and certain sites are going to have more of a standing with Google than other sites.
yeah.
Like, for example, Mayo Clinic site has been around a lot longer than some of these reputable studies that are on other sites. So they're going to get a higher ranking on Google. So their information is going to come up, and Mayo Clinic has very bad and outdated information on Kratom.
And you can get multiple different answers to the same question on Google about Kratom. It's just how you word it.
Absolutely.
So you can. It was the other day. I was Googling. Oh, what's more lethal, Kratom or caffeine? And then it like Google's like, oh, Kratom is far more toxic. And then I typed in, what is the LD50? Like, what has a lower LD50, Kratom or caffeine? And then it says, it's like, oh, the LD50 of caffeine, meaning the lethal dose, is far lower than Kratom is. It's the same question, but you get two completely different answers. Especially with AI. Like, because a lot of times on Google now it's like AI answers it, it like the AI summary or whatever.
The Google Assistant,
Yeah, so again, you can get different answers for the same questions, but I'm always going to trust Dr. Christopher McCurdy, the dude who's been there since 2005, who hasn't wavered on anything. I'm going to trust him way more than any of the 7OH industry scientists. Again, maybe they're nice people, but I just don't trust them.
Scientists.
I was just gonna say what scientists, but we can call them scientists if we want, I guess.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, self-proclaimed.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, I always trust Dr. Christopher McCurdy. He's never wavered on anything.
Me too, man.
Neither has Dr. Marilyn Hustis. Dr. Marilyn Hustis hasn't wavered. Dr. Jack Henningfield hasn't wavered.
Oh, my phone died.
Decade after decade researching one thing, and that's like your life. Like, you're not gonna, because I know they'll be like, oh, he's a shill for the AKA. It's like they're not gonna take their reputation and their life's work and just be a shill. You know what I mean? That's dumb.
What you're Tracy, what's that right there is still you got one scientist say yes, one scientist, so that right there is still to be continued, I guess.
Yeah, and it is like, I know it's a time factor, and then it's also, do they even test for it? A lot of times they don't even test, for the differentiating it.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that question, to be honest. I genuinely don't know. That's way out of my pay grade for sure.
Yeah, because there's some laboratories now that does test the difference, but it's up to the medical examiners to send it.
Yeah, AI is stupid sometimes. A lot of times, like a lot of people put too much trust in AI these days.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Have you, Sean? Have you guys noticed? Do you guys have like a do you have a storefront too, or are you guys strictly online?
Oh, they died.
Their phone died.
Okay.
Well, we should do this again, like a Saturday or something. Just have like a little, meet and greet.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd be totally down for that. 100%.
Well, it's not even a meet and greet. We all been here forever.
Well, true.
You guys have been live for 1 hour and 23 minutes and 57 seconds.
Oh yeah.
We had to wait a little while too for Scranton.
Before you, are you guys getting off right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
can I ask one more question about South Carolina?
yeah.
So just to be sure, because I don't want to blab my big mouth. You said that the person who proposed the ban bill himself is now the one amending it to allow natural kratom.
Let me go double check on that.
Okay.
Jordan, Sean said no, just online.
Oh, okay. I
And
was only
also,
gonna.
I don't know if you've heard about Tennessee. I'm just going to update you that they bypassed like the calendar thing, so
Mhm.
it's going straight to the Senate floor Thursday morning at 8:30.
Yikes.
So they're
Yeah,
not even having one more Senate meeting. It's going straight to the floor.
yeah.
Do
Usually
you,
they would go to like calendar and rules and then get put on the schedule, but they didn't do that this time.
I wonder if we can. Well, we should all email blast them again and call them, and maybe we can use South Carolina, as an example. Because aren't they kind of like sister states, South Carolina, Tennessee, or no?
I don't know. I mean, I think no, North Carolina is probably going to be closer because it's like right on the border. But I don't
Okay.
know. I mean,
Okay. Okay. And for Kansas, I'm very confused with
I am too.
Kansas.
I'm confused with Kentucky and Kansas, so I'm not saying a word on either.
uh,
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I talked to Matt from the GKC today, and he told me to just kind of lay low for a second.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't even said that. God damn it.
Okay.
yeah,
Dang
I
it.
saw
Sorry.
that Ben Shapiro thing. He doesn't know anything about it either. Like he's just having that little girl. I don't even know who that girl is, but I guess he had that girl in there that's like an investigative person that went and it's the same crap, same people being uneducated about it and everything.
When was that? Was that today or a while ago?
It was like 2 or 3 days ago. He had
Oh,
it's of course, he's a big person.
oh
So,
yeah,
it was a lot of people that saw that, and so
for
that
sure.
and of course, like, the thumbnail was like, "Kratom," it didn't say any differentiating on 708 or not.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I don't know, I hadn't watched her thing, but, like, it showed a little preview of it, um, and she
I'll
talked
figure it
about it.
out. I'll figure it out who it is because I do know.
Reagan
I have.
Conrad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I've spoken with one of his co-hosts. His name's, oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? Andrew Clavin. He's like an older guy.
Oh,
We've talked like many times before. So I'll reach out to Andrew. He's part of the Daily Wire. So maybe I can get through again.
yeah.
So we'll see. But okay, well, yeah, I would like
Okay,
to
I
know about
don't
something.
know. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't show that his name was on there as a sponsor. But I know that watching the past South Carolina hearings, he was the chairman. So
Okay.
I mean, either way, he introduced the amendment today.
Okay, and it passed with like really like
Yeah,
how
20 yays, 1 nay, and 4 not voting.
were there people that testified?
No, this wasn't a public testimony hearing. This
Oh,
was
hey, Ben.
the full city council. I mean, the full Senate.
Did you see
Oh,
this, Jordan?
oh, hey Ben. Yeah. I think.
What's up, Ben?
Hey Ben, how are you? Yeah, please message me. That'd be great. But I don't really have. Well, I do have a Facebook, but I don't know what it is because my main one. I think it's the Botanical Ninja, or I think we talked on email. We talked on email before. So send me an email. Yeah, I think we talked on
It's
email
safer
before.
with email because KDA be watching this and they'll probably go report your Facebook account now.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Bye, Facebook account. See ya.
My
Yeah.
Instagram got banned on Saturday.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. Y'all ain't gonna shut me up. You're just adding more fuel to the fire, the advocacy fire.
So
Oh,
I wonder what was like the change though. Just all the outreach. Did he say anything about that? Like, was it like the person who did it? Like, I received so many emails. Like, what?
Yes. Yes. All the emails helped. And the people coming in to speak, because they had 2 hearings before this one where public testimony was accepted. And yep, it was multiple people, multiple reps or senators. I don't know which one they were today, but they talked about the amount of emails they got. So yes, Jordan, your text blasts are working.
Awesome. Yeah, we have
A
hundreds
lot
of
of people get that. I mean, a lot of people are getting their information and their updates from you, though. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even though the GKC and the AKA still sends out email blasts, not everybody does emails. Like when I first started advocating, I wasn't emailing nothing. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. And but even if they get an email, like when I send an email, like I'm lucky if 10% of people even open it
Yeah.
to see what it is. Everyone has like sees their text messages. Every single one sees their text messages. Like I it's like, when someone's like, "Oh, sorry, you text me 4 days later. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your text." I know you saw your text. I know you saw it. I know you saw it. I've used that excuse before too.
I
So,
usually
but
pull it up. If I don't reply right away, I'm gonna forget.
I'll forget. Yeah, you'll see it like right there in the moment, and then like 4 days goes by. Like, oh my god, I forgot to respond to this. Jeez, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of okay. So that's good. We sent out a blast today too, and yeah, we'll just keep going forward, and hopefully it all works out for Tennessee. I'm praying. I'm praying. I'm praying.
We're living on a prayer that either, like Jen said, either a tornado's gonna come or we can
I
get the
would not
governor
be
to.
sad with that. I'm like, hopefully a tornado will come before Thursday, and it'll make everything not happen next week because the session's over next week. So I'm like, if we can just get a tornado to come through.
And you guys said you don't know about Kentucky, right? You said you don't know?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I've had a whole lot of people telling me they don't receive emails from the AKA anymore.
Yeah.
I get the email, but I don't think a
Gotta
lot of people
check your
open it.
spam.
Yeah, I think what it is too, like Google, sometimes it'll put stuff in your spam for like over and over and over again, and it will automatically unsubscribe to certain things if you don't ever check it. I know that Gmail is like that. So I don't know if people just haven't been checking it and it just kind of, I don't know, but I have heard that. I usually
have
tell
too.
people to check their spam.
But I would tell
Yeah.
them to go sign up again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the text messages, I really think they're helping and making an impact. And again, just getting the message out to the right people, to whoever you guys just send the link, and people sign up if they want to advocate. But don't sign up if you don't want to advocate, because it's very annoying when people are like, stop. It's like,
I
why'd
know.
you even sign up? Why'd you even sign up then?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but all right, well, I think you guys had to go, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to go to the store and get some coffee creamer. So
Oh, Chobani, you get the Chobani one?
no, I get coffee mate.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
pretty basic.
I'm
Kind of bit.
pretty basic.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My wife forces me to get the Chobani one. This is
I
not
mean,
trade
I don't
related
know what
whatsoever.
that is, but it sounds fire. So I
It's
might have to
it's
try that.
fancy. I drink black coffee, so I don't even
I
know. But
wish I could, man. How did the Scranton hearing went? They passed it to go to the next stage, but there was a little bit of drama. So you might want to go back and watch it. It's just like, I guess the mayor didn't know the chain of command was broken. And so there was a little bit of drama on that.
is Scranton a big city? I know that's where like Joe Biden's from, right? I always heard he's talked about
Is it?
Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yeah, he would say he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Is that a big city though? Is this like a big city?
Um, yeah, I think it's fairly big because like Sean and Megan were saying it used to be real nice back in like I guess the coal mining days or whatever, and then when they
Hmm.
stopped, it's kind of like overrun with like crime, drugs. I mean, there's a lot of issues. Kratom is not Kratom is not number one on their list.
Okay, now we got Laura that's gonna pop on.
Um,
She wanted an update for Scranton, so I was like, you know what? Just come on, come
yeah.
on.
My plan is to keep on advocating my ass off and, stay in Tennessee and come back next year and try and get that bitch overturned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes through.
If
it
yeah,
goes
we
through.
still have hope with the governor, because the governor getting that what did Max say, $20 million fiscal note, that because Esther Helton Hayes is lying.
Oh,
She is lying.
She's the type of Christian that makes us like normal Christians look bad. I'm saying me personally. God, I hate people like her. You're the
okay.
type of person
Ben said that
stab
he
you
sent
in the back.
you some texts on text and TikTok.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely respond to those. The
And
texts are
everybody's
super
saying that
helpful.
your texts are super helpful too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
It's a cold.
Adam. What's up, Adam? Love Adam.
Adam, we'll be locked and loaded for tomorrow morning.
I know. Like when I heard Scranton, I was like, hold on. And I went and Googled it. I was like, I knew it was The Office.
Hey, everybody.
Laura.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay,
Hey.
so what went down in Scranton was, Dr. Rothschild still,
Yeah.
is good. But I guess what happened from last week was Dr. Rothschild went over the city council's head and went straight to the mayor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So that
as
right
soon as
there
I'm done with this,
caused
okay?
some, I don't know, like
Yeah.
so the city, the
Scranton
dude,
politics and like the
Yeah.
office politics.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the bro codes were mad about that she went over their head. So now they're supposed to get a meeting with the mayor like sometime this week or sometime before Tuesday, like they said, but they were mad. They were mad that she did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Well, they
And-
were mad at
Yeah.
her before. She kind of gave them crap about doing a press release on Easter evening.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. That was bad for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the other thing was, I guess because she had a list of questions. I didn't know when you said you had a list of questions that it meant it came from somebody from higher up.
Oh,
So
okay.
she had, that's what Megan and Sean told us. So she had a list of questions. They didn't even go over the questions, did they? No.
No. She
So-
just said Seattle.
Interesting. Huh.
So we found out from Texas 10 that's on here that Patrick Flynn, the council member dude, the bald dude that looks like a milk dud, with no
Sorry.
chocolate.
So
he runs a recovery center called Manifesto
Oh,
Health.
there you go. There you
Manifesto
go.
Health. Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah. We're going to testify too tomorrow.
Yep. I'll be up bright and early.
Yep.
Yep.
Me
Yep.
too.
I'm planning on it too.
I wasn't there last time because I was in Tennessee, but
Oh,
I'll
Ben
be there
signed up
this-
too. Oh yeah, I need to sign up tonight. I need to do that. Adam sent me the link a couple days ago, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yep. Get on there.
Yeah. How are you, Laura?
Good. You guys want to hear how I have some good news in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So I was able to touch base with a city. I won't say a lot because in case we have people listening, but we were able to, I was going to be able to in touch with the city who did a presentation, and she did an amazing job. And I mean, honestly, it was 95% good information. I'd even say 98.
Wow. That is
And which is really, and I praised her like crazy for it. And they were really open. They were absolutely talking about regulation. They knew about the KCPA. They wanted to push the state to pass the KCPA. So all this was just amazing. And so they are forming a subcommittee, and they're hoping to include all of the surrounding cities to be able to put them
Wow.
together to come up with an education to teach them about this, because interesting. Now, this was really interesting. So I've seen mixed things in Massachusetts. There's been a lot of cities that have said, oh, we've gone and everything on the shelves is 7OH. There's nothing quality.
Yep.
But then they came in and they actually took pictures off of their shelves. And honestly, like 90% of it looked like decent product. Couldn't guarantee, but it looked pretty darn good to me. And they actually had, I was very nervous because they had the school board come in and I thought, oh no. And then they had a police officer come in and both of them, they both said, the school and the police officer said they're not seeing any issues in their city.
Wow. That's amazing when people are honest.
I know.
Like
So
it's
it was
so
pretty
nice.
great. And so they were like, we really just want to get on top of this because we know there's problems. They didn't like the idea at all that anybody at any age could walk in and buy these products, which we all
No, they
agree
should.
to that.
Yeah, they
Exactly. And
should.
so they were there. So anyway, they seemed very open. They had lots of questions. It was pretty exciting to see, which is juxtaposition to the other city that we just went to in Massachusetts. Again, I won't say names, but there was like 6 people from the group that starts with the K.
Oh, we can say KDA all the
were
way.
there. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they were there and in their full glory and yeah, it was interesting. So, but anyway, it was really fun to see a city where they just bought all the lies and then switched it to a city who actually was honest and thought for themselves. So that was pretty awesome.
Tornado my way, Mike. Send that tornado my way, brother.
No kidding. No kidding. So
Well, that's
anyway,
a
that was
blessing.
kind of fun today to have that kind of, I call it a win. Whenever
I
there's a
say,
city
yeah.
that's
I
gonna
mean, when
listen.
you hear that like actual decent information, and then they're actually taught, they have a plan. That's
Yeah.
odd, and it's spreading awareness. Heck yeah, that's a
Yeah.
win.
So anyway,
100%.
that was there. So that was kind of fun
Especially
today.
there. Especially
Yeah.
there.
South
reminds
Carolina
me-
was a win. South Carolina.
Yes. Oh, I cried. I seriously, this is why I'm off camera. I had a really, really, really bad pain day today. So it's been really
I'm so
hard. And
sorry.
you know how it is when you've had really bad pain, you get emotional.
Yeah.
And I literally, I was there in my bed and I cried. I physically just cried when I heard South Carolina. Because it was sensitive to me because things were so really bad today that it just hurt my heart thinking of the people who have pain every day that are that would lose access. And then when they actually won't lose access, and then I cried because I thought of Jen and Tennessee. And it was emotional, very emotional.
Yeah.
And the fact, once again, they brought up all the emails that they received,
Yeah.
and it's like our advocacy is paying off.
Oh, it is. It 100% is. It is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're just people,
Yeah.
like if they hear your story, people from all walks of life. You get good people, you get bad people. You get great cops, you get bad cops. You get great doctors, you get bad doctors. Same thing with politicians. And when you get the right people to hear your message, it makes a world of difference. Because some of these politicians are super cold too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like I've
know.
tried to talk to them, and they literally don't give two shits about you, me, or anything, our lives or anything. But then there's people that are actually that they really do like. Like I think David Carlucci is like a great example from New York, the former state senator who initially proposed legislation to ban kratom. Like he was like in charge of all drug policy in New York. Then people started coming to his office and reading letters, and like now he proposed the Kratom Consumer Protection Act. He's the one that got it passed.
Yeah.
Now he works like help lobbying for kratom. Why? Because people told them their story. Told them a story. He's one of those people that's actually a real person.
Yeah.
Adam, that lady, the black lady who brought up the FDA's and HHS current position, she was the one who brought the amendment forward at the last South Carolina hearing. This guy that did it today, the Britton guy, Case Britton or something is his name. He's the one that, I don't know if he stole that from her or if that was, I don't know. Because, Laura, before you came on, I was trying to see if Case Britton was the one of the sponsors on the Schedule 1 bill, and I don't see his name on there.
I don't know. I could tell though, even from the last hearing where, he kind of still took the ban angle.
Yeah.
But you could tell he cared. Like he actually listened.
Yeah.
It was almost like, I don't know. I still didn't have a good feeling about it after last time. But then I also knew that I felt like they actually listened and they actually cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you couldn't. Those were some of the most powerful testimonies. I will still never forget when that guy got up there and drank his kratom. That was like the
Yeah,
greatest
that was
moment.
pretty epic.
That
dude.
was epic. That was like one of
Yes.
my favorite testimonies ever.
Amy, Tennessee is not till Tennessee goes on Thursday morning at 8:30 to the Senate floor. So today was South Carolina.
Yeah. South Carolina, they took the Schedule I ban and then they amended it to where they're going to keep natural kratom legal, but they're going to ban 7-OH and the derivatives.
It's a huge win for Kratom.
Look at those trees.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, where I live, yeah, we got lots of trees.
Wow,
Lots
it's
of
still
trees.
daylight there.
Yeah, it's 7 right now. Yeah, I'm way up in the mountains. I live at like close to 6,000 feet, so it's really high up. Really high up. Can you guys still hear
Yeah, I
me?
thought it was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool. Did you say that there was a lady who brought up the FDA's current position on kratom?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a
In
do you
South
have a clip
Carolina
of that?
today?
Yeah, was she like a representative?
Yeah.
Can you send me that clip? I want to post that.
Yes, I can. I'll have to clip it. Let me
Thank-
clip it right now.
Okay, thank you. My wife keeps calling me, and I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight, so I have to go. If I don't
Alright.
answer, she's gonna be really mad.
Yeah, you
All right,
better.
bye.
You better.
Bye.
Bye, Jordan.
This-
Mike, yes, Tennessee's final hearing is Thursday morning, 8:30. They bypassed like the usual
Committee hearing.
scheduling process thing. Yeah, the committee hearings, and so
So will this be it? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, it will be. So
Yeah.
so then if they vote, then it'll go to the governor then, correct?
Yep.
Right
Yeah.
after this? Okay.
yeah.
You know what? I have to say that this live stream happened organically.
I know.
All we were doing was we streamed Scranton. We had to hurry up and get off of that Massachusetts hearing to come over here and stream Scranton. And then so Megan was texting me and all that stuff, and we wanted more information about what was the drama that happened, because she knew about it. So I invited her to come on. Her and Sean were on here with us, and then Jordan called me, and I'm like, just join my live stream. And then Laura called me, and I said, just join my live
Just on
stream.
my live stream. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
But,
Adam, the final one.
Gosh,
Yep, it'll be the final hearing before it goes to the governor's desk. So our hope and prayer, will be that the governor vetoes it because
Or
of the
there's a
fiscal note
tornado.
alone, or there's a tornado.
I'm just saying, or whatever, some type of natural disaster. I don't care which one.
Gosh.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
so about Kentucky. So did we ever get the final, whatever happened with Kentucky?
I have not gotten. I have not seen anything from the
Okay.
AK about
Okay.
Kansas or Kentucky, so I'm not going to say
Okay.
anything.
Yeah. Me neither. That's why I'm asking you. So
I mean, I see y'all. I see y'all's
Yeah.
messages. I see y'all's comments. I see y'all freaking out, but I don't have confirmation, so I'm not going to spread misinformation until I get confirmation.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
that's the worst. Like speaking before you know.
Yeah.
Not to say anything.
Ugh.
Well, hopefully we'll get a win in Delaware tomorrow. That would be amazing.
I
Yeah.
think so.
That would
So
be pretty awesome. But there's lots coming up. So I mean, anybody listening to this and watching, dang, every day there's like ridiculous number of alerts that come through.
Yeah.
So
mhm.
I apologize now to anyone that gets like 10 emails from me a day. So really, I wouldn't send them if they were important, I promise. So please, and if you haven't signed up, sign up, because
Yeah.
it's important.
Screenshot this.
Yeah, honestly, it's seriously important, because like today, like literally, even in the Massachusetts hearing, I mean, if I had not been able to call and some of those Massachusetts people, it would have been lowly us to 6 KDA people. So
Mhm.
I mean, it really does make a difference to have people show up.
And they be showing up to all of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they've got a few new recruits that are coming on now. Did you notice that with the
Yes, I
Idaho
did.
City?
Yes, I did.
Yep. So we're gonna have extra fun.
So they're all in the group chat. They're dropping the link. Hey, the
Yeah.
freaking Kratom advocates are here. You better get on.
Yeah. So but it's all fair in love and war.
Yeah.
We're irritated with them. They're irritated with us. So they probably say the same thing. They're like, oh my gosh, Misty and Jennifer and Laura. Oh.
Oh, I'm sure they talk a lot about us.
I never care. I don't care.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep telling my truths.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm worried
Exactly.
about people in Tennessee too. I really am. I think that's mainly like it hasn't even hit me that I'm gonna have to deal with it. Like I've just been worried about how many people are gonna suffer. Like that's all I can think about.
God, I'm serious. Like when I laid there in my bed today hurting so bad, that's what I thought about the whole dang time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just feel so sad. And
It's
even the
not
people
right.
like said, oh, even if somebody says, well, you know what, I'm just going to go across state lines and whatever, I'm going to risk it. There
And
are
then I
people
think-
that are disabled, it's stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
like you say, you're putting yourself at risk. And then there are people that literally physically couldn't even do that because
Yeah.
they're disabled.
They might not
What
even be able to drive.
Yeah. And then I
So
think about Marshall Price and Shayna
I know
Brown.
every time I think about them too.
Well, you know what? I looked it up today because somebody brought it up. It's a class A misdemeanor for possession. So it's the highest one. You can get the maximum is 11 months, 29 days in jail. And so, technically you could get that much in
Jeez.
jail. And I'm guessing if you don't, you'll probably be on probation that long.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
gosh.
insane. Like you're making your own citizens criminals for wanting to live a better life.
Yeah.
It's blowing
It's just
my
wrong.
mind. And calling it a dude that died from Benadryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kratom Bill. Get it out. It just doesn't, none of it makes sense. And I'm just so disappointed. And so, like, my state has probably, this is Louisiana 2.0, but
It is.
almost
It
even
is.
worse. Like,
Yeah.
almost even worse. Crazy.
Yeah, it's very, very disappointing. And let's just pray it, And then, what are they going to say when the DEA finally does come out and go, well, we're still in 708. So they're going to be like, well, what about Kratom? Well, we're not worried about Kratom.
That's what happened with Rep. Vilio in Louisiana. Talk about there's no such thing as synthetic kratom, and then months later, the July 29th, 2025 press conference came out, lady.
I think it was like what 2 months, maybe like a month or two, like right after that.
Yeah,
like that happened. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah, because she said it in May.
Her watching that. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall when she was watching them say that.
I posted it up a bunch.
Yeah.
I even did a before and after video.
Back had on his presentation and everything. Like, it needs to be brought up. That should have never happened.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what'll happen, though. It'll be interesting to see when, I'm going to say when the announcement happens, if some of these states will reconsider.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to take them years like it did with Rhode Island.
Oh, God.
I hope so.
We need a miracle. We need a higher up miracle. Somebody to just.
We need more than a tornado.
We need more Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s.
We do.
Yeah,
We really do. We really, really do. So, but we really have had, honestly, we've had wins. We have to celebrate those good things because I just still, there's been hard things, but we could have had a lot more hard things.
And look how many KCPA states we have now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So there's good things for sure. So we just have to, even like one city at a time, you have to celebrate. Like I'm proud of Missouri right now. They're doing good.
I know.
Every alert that I see that comes through, I'm like, you guys are doing it.
Right. Like, I would move to Missouri or Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
but probably Missouri because Oklahoma is like tornado. What is up with
Yeah.
the tornado talk?
I don't know. I don't know, Jen.
She's gonna be dreaming about it tonight.
Well, did Mike say he was under a tornado warning right now in
Yeah, yeah.
Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa. My friend who was in Iowa, he said they finally just dropped it, but yeah, they were on a tornado watch as well.
Man. Okay, yeah, we can wrap this up. We've been on here for
Yeah.
Laura, today was a day of live streams and testimonies
Yeah, I know
once
you guys
again.
never stopped. I know it's going to be crazy. So we'll see you everybody tomorrow in Delaware.
Yep,
Yeah.
see you in the morning.
All right, bye.
everybody.
Bye.